I'm going to do another video here. It's very similar to, if you ever watched Family Guy in the past, one of the episodes a bit earlier on, he has a segment called What Grinds My Gears? And I always thought when I was around that age, I really hate those types of people who just sort of complain all the time about the minutia in their lives. But I'm going to do that now. Um, and I don't really watch Family Guy anymore. I did when I was younger, but that is really weird show, which I don't really watch anymore. But I'm just going to basically go to my Twitter page here and read off some of the rants that I put up on here. So I already talked about this Cash App scam in another video. Check that video. Definitely be wary of those and look at that video. So you're not victim to one of those. They are sneaky and tricky, so they aren't your typical scams. So watch that video there. Oh, what should the new speed limits be? I say 30, 35 miles per hour, 40, 45 miles per hour, etc. I kind of want to drive a bit faster, and I think I can, so I put that suggestion up there. If you do not have anything nice to say, then do not say anything. Also, sarcasm stinks. Um, I understand the need for critique, though, and I have critiqued things, so maybe I just need to develop a tougher skin there and take critique a bit better. Um, let's see. I posted this before. However, would it not be better? And I think I deleted this and then put it back up again. However, would it not be better if all drugs were legalized and highly regulated? One could purchase an appropriate amount of their drug of choice, which could be determined by experts via administration of an extensive IQ test, both physical and mental. So I don't know why we aren't doing this right now. I mean, if you want to use a drug or a substance, you should be allowed to. Obviously, you could have an IQ test to determine how much of the drug you have. Obviously, you take like a physical exam to determine your height and weight, as well as determine your cognitive skills to, make sure that you're safe enough to take the drug. Make sure that you aren't going to go out there and do bad things. And the test could be have both easy questions and very difficult questions on there. And the physical test could also range from being very easy to very difficult. And depending on how far you get in those tests, will determine how much of the drug that you're asking for you'll get. So the better you do, the more of the drug you'll get. But, I think everyone can get at least a little bit of a drug. Have a Nerd Out With Me post there. Check them also, but I mentioned them before in another video. Okay, so why is the age for purchasing alcohol and cannabis 21? Should it not be 18? I mean, we do consider adults in the U.S. to be 18 or older. So if you can purchase, I mean, I understand that alcohol and cannabis have more potentially dangerous effects than cigarettes. And I understand that, but I don't know. I mean, cannabis has become legal now in more states. I think people are wiser about alcohol use, and I think as Uber has become more prevalent, I think people are less likely to use their own cars to drive and use an Uber, which is a bit cheaper than a taxi. So that's questionable, but I raised that also. I talked about this also, but I'm going to mention it again. Why do people litter? It is easy to throw away one's product or save it in one's pocket until one reaches a waste receptacle. Again, a lot of litter in New York, although I haven't been outside a lot lately, so I'm going to assume it's about the same. But I don't know, it might have gotten better, so I don't want to speak to that yet. I wish YouTube would remove. Okay, I already talked about this in the copyright video, so I won't go too much into this again. But I wish YouTube would remove the copyright restriction blocking one of my videos. I'm not currently using the Beatles song to produce revenue for myself, nor do I plan to. I doubt the Beatles would mind. I don't know that for certain, but that's just another copyright rant for YouTube there. Okay, so this one. Car radio / CD player manufacturers. Please design radios slash CD players that play music. That should say play. I said plays there. Music at a maximum volume that is reasonable. And then I reply by stating this includes televisions, laptops, radios, boomboxes also. Yeah, I don't know why those CD players go so insanely loud. I mean, no one else should be able to hear you when you're in your car except for you. I turn mine up to about 7 on a scale of 50. So if you're curious about what people can hear, I don't think anybody can hear me. I'm like 90% certain about that. So if you're guessing, it's about a seventh of what is on your CD player. I mean, it does depend on the CD player and radio, but it isn't very loud. It's not loud at all. So I'm just wondering why the manufacturers are doing that. Just make it so you can't go beyond a reasonable volume, which most people should be able to hear. Um, Bob Odenkirk mentioned a film where Saul Goodman breaks out of prison. This film should be made. Oh yeah, I do remember him talking about that in an interview that I read about him. That'd be cool to see. I like that character a lot. Kind of reminds me of me, not a lot, um, but I have been known to tell some white lies in the past. And I am sort of into the law. I did mock trial in high school. Again, I'm not. I've never like been involved in a drug ring or scam people or things like that. But I don't know. He kind of the good side of him reminds me of him, and vice versa. So yeah, the white lie thing, and then the law interest there. That's a really good show, also. Check my new videos. One should not be able to caption other people's YouTube videos. Yeah, so I was on YouTube, and then I went to this video that I had not captioned yet, and I don't know why I did this, but I just clicked the caption thing, and somebody had already captioned that. I don't know. I'm not. There's something wrong with that. There, it feels like I'm being invaded by someone who is not me, and they're most likely gaining profit. There's probably some company out there that's paying people to caption other people's YouTube videos. But that's something that I want to do myself. So should I not be able to do that as creator of the video? And I did create captions on one for that one where if you want to hear the non-speaking character's thoughts, you click on the caption. But yeah, that's sort of one reason why I thought of that. If someone wants to create a video like that, then, you know, I mean, I don't know. I guess that wouldn't work because if he's silent, then there won't be captions able to be created by others. But anyway, yeah, it just feels like I'm being invaded there, and my privacy and my personal work is being tarnished a bit. But again, that's I think should be changed. I think only the user, I'm sorry, the creator of the video should be able to add captions to it. Uploaded some more serious videos for Monday. Okay, Saturday was impish. That's just me commenting to let people know I made more videos. Companies should not play music over their building's speaker systems. Customers/employees should be allowed to listen to their own music via headphones as long as it is safe and not detrimental to the employee's performance. And I tried to correct myself because I didn't put an apostrophe in the employees, but I just put the normal employees again, so I messed up there. But anyway, when I was at Sutherland Global Services, this was the case, and in grocery stores they play music that the employees are forced to listen to. So somebody in the office is deciding what music to play over those. But when I was at Sutherland, it was music that I did not enjoy, and I wanted to blow my brains out. So that should not be the case. If you want to have music, then you should have headphones that you can listen to your own darn music on, not to those that are decided by management, who I don't necessarily agree with their taste. So yeah, no more music over the loudspeakers. Just get your iPhone or your smartphone and put your headphones in. And no one will be able to hear it but you, and that's the good part about it. Um, General Mills remake triples, and I reply by saying please. So there's this really good cereal that was made I'm trying to think of when it was discontinued. I think it was the 90s, but that's the last time that I ate it. I think I was like 9 when I last had that. So I'm going to look here. I think it was 97. I'm going to look at this site here, Wikipedia. I stated that as if Wikipedia is the site you would never hear of. But yeah, in the 1990s, that was similar to Rice Krispies. Name was around my corner. When did they discontinue it, though, is my question. But General Mills, which is in Buffalo, and I've been by their factory there. Please do remake the triples. Really good cereal. It's like a 3-grain Rice Krispies. Rice, corn, and oats, I think. I'm going to just read from the Wikipedia page for that. I know 2 of those are right. Okay, corn, not oats. Corn, rice, and wheat. Um, that was really tasty. I really liked that cereal, and I don't know why they recalled it, or I don't know. They canceled making it. They just stopped. They ceased production. Um, I see. I'm just curious about the date here. Maybe they'll have it on here. Triple cereal. Um, when was triples discontinued? It was in the 90s sometime. I'm not going to dwell too much on this, but that's a really good cereal. So General Mills, if you're listening, get that uh, triples button going again. Press that triples button you have in your factory and start remaking that triples cereal so I can eat it for breakfast because that's really good cereal. Next one here. If children are not going to be attending school during summer, they should be doing something constructive like attending camp or exercising and studying. Play is for the weekend and 2-week vacations. Crazy and or lazy summers can be harmful. Be constructive and improve oneself. So I kind of wrote this out of spite, and I don't want to be spiteful on this, but I'm in my apartment now. I'm currently looking for another job. And I've been doing a lot of YouTube videos recently, but I really need to get back to the job search. But I have had some interviews recently, one at Wegmans, one with the YMCA, which I talked about, which was a phone interview. I have a couple more interviews coming up this week. Actually, maybe I have to call one about another one, but that might be later than this week. But anyway, I am a bit confused because I keep hearing these children screeching outside my apartment. And I understand if you're very young, have a good time and play and all that. But when I was a youngin' at 5, my parents sent me to karate camp. And I went there every summer from age 5 until, well, actually until I was 18 because I was a counselor from age 14 to 18. So, um, and so we did karate classes, arts and crafts. We played outdoor games like Red Rover and dodgeball and TV tag, did all sorts of fun things. Went canoeing, went to Seabreeze, Darien Lake. So, I mean, we had a lot of fun there, but we did constructive stuff too. Created our own play on an old Japanese story that we performed for all our parents at the end of the year. So these camps, if you're against camp, like computer camp or karate camp or just sleepaway camp where they canoe and hike and all that. They're really fun. I didn't go to a sleepaway one or a sleepover one, but they are good. They're good for the mind, good for the body. It just worries me that if you're not, studying and refreshing your memory about what you learned during the year, and I should have done that more during the summer too. So I'm not gonna completely bash people for that if you're not doing that, but keep your mind active. Don't just play with your friends all the time. Do other things too. Do arts and crafts, read, study, review what you learned during the year. So keep active because I did have a summer there after my freshman year of college. It was when I was 18/19, where I didn't really do much. I just sort of played video games all the time, and it was really fun at first, but yeah, that can be really detrimental to one's physical and mental health. So stay active, do good things for yourself, read and write and do art and exercise and uh, keep your summers active and keep your mind and body active during the summer. So that's just my rant there. Interesting tech. These hydro panels attached to homes, just like solar. Oh yeah, these hydro panels, which collect and create water from the air. Um, so they're panels that you put in your home. They absorb the air, and then they also condense the air, create water by doing this, and they also filter that water via some sort of process. I can't remember exactly what that process is. I'll look at that here now. But yeah, that's a really interesting article. Uh, let's see. The cooldown is where it's from. So if you are interested in that, just look up hydro panels, and it's from the cooldown. So that is interesting there. Um, so yeah, I talked about this already in a video, but I find it strange that I was denied a position without even having an in-person interview. Shame on the YMCA of Greater Rochester. I mean, I don't know if they just didn't like the sound of my voice or whatnot, but I mean, the phone interview was sort of out of nowhere. I thought I did a good job at it, but yeah, I mean, if I were the interviewer there, I interviewing myself on the phone, I would have also done an in-person interview also to get a better feel for the person. So yeah, I really do recommend that for those companies who, if you're just doing phone interviews, shame on you. You should be doing in-person interviews also. Check my new videos. I have that there. The word frustrated should be eliminated from every lexicon. This is something that just really peeves me because whenever I hear the word frustrated, I just think, why are you frustrated? And I mean, I've gotten frustrated at times, but it's like, just eliminate that word from your vocabulary. You're going to be either disappointed or you're going to be content. That's it. There is no such thing as frustrated in my mind. It happens occasionally, but do your best to eliminate that if you can. I had the video with the birthday bunny I snuck into my apartment. I have that video up there, which is actually not the correct video, but I redo that there. Scientists report creation of first human synthetic model embryos. So I think this is really interesting. This is, I think, might give the possibility for reproduction by humans without actually having to reproduce sexually. So if you're like me and you get the chilly willies from having the thought of having sex with someone, this might actually be good because we might now be able to, you know, make a baby, human baby, without ever actually having to have sex with anybody, which is really cool. And I read about that again in another post. Someone is always going to be disappointed in sexual reproduction. Someone is always going to disappoint. Why haven't we humans evolved to reproduce without physical interaction with others? And I blame myself too. There, I haven't figured out how to do that yet. I'm trying, but this technology might be able to help us here, so that's great. And you can find that article on CNN.com. PiBot Raspberry Pi, giant version with giant LEDs and solid dimes, new PCIe SSD, peripheral component interconnect, express solid state drive. Interesting stuff. So I do a video in my headline videos also, which is in the current event section. I'll have to check that. Hopefully it's in the current event section. I'll have to check that, but I will make sure that's in there. Also, the new Sonic games and cartoons should include the characters from the 1993 animated series, Sonic the Hedgehog, aka SATAN. So if you like the old Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon, also known as SATAM from the 90s, there is a organization that made a comic that uh, replicated what would be the third season of that, but they're also now making an animated series of that too, and that's coming out soon. So if you're interested in that series, check out season 3. The way you spell that is SEA. I'm sorry. Wait, how do you spell that? I think it's S with a and then a 3 instead of an E, and then the rest of season 3. So I'm going to check that there. I'm going to check again. No, the S in season is replaced. So it's team season, um, SEA30N. Team SEA30N. So the three sort of looks like an S, like a backwards S. But yeah, Team CSEA30N. Check them. I'm interested in watching that. Again, I'm trying to watch less cartoons and kids stuff, but I will probably check that cartoon when it comes out because it's been about 30 years since I've actually. Well, I rewatched the original, but it's been 30 years since the actual cartoon first debuted. I think that went till 95, so 28 years since it was canceled. But yeah, check that if you're interested. SEA30N or Team SEA30N. HoloLens, X-Plane, and Halo Missile are interested in new technologies also. I have a video about that on YouTube as well. I did not know if one disputes the copyright restrictions on their videos, their channel is at risk of being shut down. All the material I have that is technically copyright is at newest 21 years old. I'm not currently profiting from my channel, by the way. No money. So that's just about the YouTube video copyright issue that I'm not disputing, but just writing about on some of my videos, and also made a video about on YouTube also. Public domain law, 1978 or late life of the author, 70 years or 95 years from publication for work for hire or work for corporate authorship. Seriously, I say 20 years after the work was first published, the author will have had plenty of time to have profited from their work. So I have another more in-depth YouTube video on that also, so check my channel if you're interested in that. But I just wanted to do a video on my Twitter posts / rants. Thank you for listening and watching. Feel free to like and subscribe. Feel free to comment if you wish. Also, if you disagree with any of this, that's fine. Feel free to disagree with me. And that's it. So thank you for watching and listening, and I hope you have a good rest of the day.